Tonight, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the New York Jets taking on the Green Bay Packers.
Well, we have a cold night in the Northeast. A bad evening to be without a parka, but we are set for football at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the New York Jets. Again, everyone, with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. It's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And I like his honesty, because when we sat down with him, I mean, he was the first one to say, that was on me last week, a really poor performance. Way too many interceptions, didn't find the end zone throwing the ball, put his defense and his special teams in some real jeopardy, but somehow they won the game.
They won.
Yeah, what I loved about is when he told us about the defense kind of corralling him in the locker room and said, all right, my man, we're not going to do that again this week, are we?
Now the first carry for Bush. And a good burst there right from the start as he'll get this one out near the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
Clark now on first down. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Last week, somehow they won. He threw all those picks, but they still won. Here, opening drive, unfortunately, he picked up where he left off.
Partner, you get a lot of extra patience when you find a way to win despite you making mistakes. But starting out again this game, that patience is going to wear thin really quick, and I think the guys on the defensive side of the ball will be the first ones to let him know that's got to stop.
Love in the Packers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Following the interception, Love. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll power his way up near the 25. 4 receivers on the field. It's 3rd and 4. Love now. A quick reaction as he catches it off the tip. That one goes for 8 yards.
But when you go on the road, you're hoping to make plays that will take the crowd out of the game. I think that's a pretty good example right there.
Yeah, a break like that never hurts, especially in the first quarter. Maybe help to set the tone a little bit.
Could settle them down. get them into the game a little bit easier without that crowd really being against them.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Love going to give this one to Jones. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
After the penalty, it's Jones. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards. The numbers for Jones last week: 17 carries, 74 yards.
A key component of his team's offense. He will certainly stay in that role if he keeps producing like this each week. Expecting to make a run at not only matching, but exceeding those numbers as this one goes on.
Love now on 2nd down. He has it complete to Christian Watson. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Here's 3rd and 3. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air. And that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
A look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
A throw over the middle, taken in. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Here's Clark. Throwing on 1st down. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. This is Bush. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Open man here is Conklin. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. Off the bootleg, Clark. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And he's got his big tight end here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Looking to throw. Clark. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Now the Jets will call on the field goal unit here. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The last series for them a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. We're scoreless after one. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. To throw now. Here's Love. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 25-yard line. Love looking to throw it. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
They'll throw again. Here's Love on 2nd and 10. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Throwing. Love. He finds his man. Complete. It's Reed. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. Matt LaFleur, some confidence in his offense. His guys going here on 4th down. They'll go to scrimmage. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Jets are going to get the football back. And defensively, they were ready for that. A full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
On the run, it's Bush. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll keep it in the hands of Bush. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Second down and 4. On second down, a run with Hall. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Fights through him. It's caught by OBJ. The Jets at 11-2 now. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And last week was a bit of a nail-biter, a 3-point victory, but it's also the kind of game that reveals a team's true character. They fought all the way and came out victorious.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. They'll run it with Bush. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Now Clark on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Clark. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. And able to use the stiff arm to gain leverage initially, but not much room thereafter. Clark from the gun on 3rd down. That is caught and brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
So 1st and goal now from the 7-yard line. They'll look to throw again. Touchdown! A great play there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Jets post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it ends with a Jet touchdown. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Green Bay about set for another series. Here comes Romeo Doubs. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Here's Love. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. 2nd and 10. On the delay, Jones. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Love working. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Charles, he lost a fumble last week as well. So now back-to-back weeks, maybe you expect that from your tailback, but not him.
You're exactly right, because you work a lot with your running backs about how they have to protect the ball in traffic. But downfield, in open space, that's dangerous as well, because you may make someone miss, and their flailing hand can knock the ball away if you don't tuck it away.
They'll start on the ground with Bush. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. He finds his man, complete. It's Bush. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
Well, Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice one practice each week before a game. A minute left. More than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
2nd down, Love. Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Now Love. And Jones has it over the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they, when they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown. And this one, they help force another incompletion.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. The clock rolls as the Packers look to hurry things up. That's complete to Wicks. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 30. They'll line up with 4 receivers here on 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. The Jets going to go on offense one last time in this 1st half. And they may be content to take this 7-0 lead into the locker room. We'll see. Final 24 seconds of the 1st half as they come up here 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Clark. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 2nd down. And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Cleveland Browns Stadium in Cleveland, where you see the final score there. Darius Slayton, a touchdown catch in the victory. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. Kenny Pickett, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. And one final game to highlight. We wrap things up on Monday Night Football, and they've got a good one this week between the LA Chargers and the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
Meanwhile, in our game, just the lone touchdown accounting for all the scoring. A tight one, 7-0 is the score. And for the call of the second half,
little
we send it back to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The Packer offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's second down and a yard. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Love.
A short throw to Musgrave.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And it's second down. Operating from the gun. Love. Staff, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down. Going back to Love. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Back to throw again.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones.
And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal.
Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And Gibson decides against bringing it out.
So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Clark. And he completes it to Wilson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Bourne going to go in motion right here. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Clark. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Back to throw. Clark. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. They run up the middle with Bush. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling him in the huddle right now.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Looking to throw. Clark. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. Bush trying the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
They'll go again with Bush. And he's got this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Packers 31. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for the 1st with Bush.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
It's Kingsley Enagbari finding a way in to bring him down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. Clark.
A short throw to Conklin, the tight end.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Looking to throw. Clark.
He gets it underneath to Hall.
And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to about the 19. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the Jets will call on the field goal unit here. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. And this one is right through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
Now come the Packers for their next drive as we take a look at the playoff race in the NFC coming into the weekend. Now the current playoff picture, and you can see they are one of those 3 wildcard teams, at least for the moment, but they have not clinched that spot, Charles. And look, their message has been clear. We're keeping our foot on the gas to the very end.
And how about the theater and the drama that's involved, partner? The best part, we've got a front row seat to it all. And I think this is obviously the ultimate goal when they added a 7th seed to the playoffs back in 2020. More drama, more teams in it late in the season, and more importance on games like this.
Now a second down throw for Love here. Eyes the crossing route and hits Watson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Love, a short throw to Musgrave. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He gets that one complete to Wicks. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Again, it's Love. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. A lot of bodies there in the middle of the field, and that one intercepted.
Yeah, he's looking for his tight end running a drag route across the field, and normally you'd like him to work a little bit further outside. Here the throw is a little early, and it winds up in the hands of the defender.
And New York set to take the field. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. 2nd and 5. Here's Hall again. And he gets it down to the 32. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Hall ought to give up the middle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hall. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Jets add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. But that makes this a 2-score ball game. And, you know, the way this thing has been going, Charles, 2 scores kind of feels like 3 or 4 scores.
Yeah, that's a great observation. It's been a heck of a battle, hasn't it? And points have been at a premium throughout this game. So you have to wonder, is this going to be too much for them to overcome?
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 17-3. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will be a touchback, so they're getting ready to go as they take the field.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And here's Jones again on second down. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Love. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. John Franklin Myers racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Oh, he's made him work for over half the game now. He's been the artful dodger back there, but there it is. Finally, they get to him for a sack and a big loss. Give credit to the defense for their tenacity to finally hang with it and get him down.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Operating from the gun. Love. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Well, time, I mean, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
Now Clark to throw. Throwing to start the drive. Over the middle and complete to Wilson. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. Clark. Over the middle, complete. That's Hall. And the Jets are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run with Hall. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Jets stretch this 4th quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season.
And this is where you can't help but think about our friend, the coach, the late John Madden, because this was his kind of football right here. Line them up and let them get after it down in the trenches. And as a running back, you just need that one crease, one side of daylight. He finds it, and he barrels into the end zone. Touchdown, coach, just like you would draw it up.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the Packers get set to go.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming day.
And a loose football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
There's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give to Hall up the middle. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Hall again on second down. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll go again with Hall.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. That seemed to be linebacking 101 on how to diagnose and stop a run.
And what we're doing nowadays is we're taking those former safeties, those bigger guys, and making them linebackers to utilize their speed. He just made an absolute beeline after he diagnosed that play and ended up making a nice tackle on it.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Straight ahead is Hall.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
58 yards rushing for him now to this point.
So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them in just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Jets, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.